has some total.
Yeah. As one does in
another zombie.
1984.
Yeah. But and what's really cool about this is the progression throughout the day, too. You get to see the different progression of the different zombie characters, too, and how they're affected. And maybe the little kid was like in a dumpster, too. I don't know. And so he was half affected, you know? So he must have been infected just like the homeless dude at the front, but maybe a little bit lighter because he had to drive to San Diego from San Bernardino or some shit like that, right? So it was a little bit of ways away, you know. I don't know how long in miles, but yeah. So that kid was running around the neighborhood. Yeah, or inches on a
or
map.
meters.
Meters. So so then he runs away, and then that's when we go back, and they're sitting in front of the city, and she's they're all kind of flipping out. Kelly Maroney actually has her epiphany that it's the end of the fucking world, you know. My friend was talking about missing date night or some shit like that, and I really like that boy from Taft. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you know what?
Even though he's from Taft.
Yeah, even though he's from Taft. But what's funny is, isn't Taft Taft High is like the bad high school in Fast Times?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, Taft High.
I think that's the 80s bad school.
Yeah, and she was a cheerleader in that, so it was really cool.
There you go.
She's a bad girl.
Yeah, so they decide to go shopping and dance. You know,
as one does.
Yeah, why not? I mean, honestly, if it was the end of the world and you could go do anything, what would you do? For one, you'd shit with the door open.
Well,
on the 15th floor.
I think for me, the first thing would be like, okay, what vehicle makes the most sense? Gonna go pick that out first.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah, you would go get.
Depends on what kind of apocalypse I'm in, you know? So if I'm in LA, who knows? You know, I'm probably not going to get a
Volkswagen thing.
I don't know if that's the correct thing to go with at all.
A Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla.
Yeah. It's a Tesla. But they have guns, and then they go shopping because they need to get out of the
1984, you weren't getting a Tesla. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
you could dream. No, I don't know. That's a tough one because that's putting cars way back where they weren't very efficient.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'd get a 1983 Chevy Caprice or some shit like that.
I'm just going to get a Roadrunner.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, you can find a classic car.
If it's going to chug gas, it might as well be cool.
Yeah.
Old 84 Camaro.
Ooh. I would be looking for Knight Rider's car.
There you go.
Yeah. And Michael Knight.
Try to find me an old Duke Boy Challenger.
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't many back then. Still isn't now.
They're all destroyed.
Yes.
I'd probably honestly have a truck.
Yeah.
Because then I could put stuff in the back of it and take it to wherever this battle station that I'm building.
And there's a lot of...
With all the cool shit that's free.
Yeah, the Quiet Earth, the dude did that on that because it was that New Zealand weird phasing time movie. And he had a truck he put everything into. Yeah. And then... What was it?
You have to have a fast car too, though.
Yeah, you got to have something. You know what I mean?
You have to have something all-terrain.
You set up franchises and
motorcycle.
Yeah,
you know.
Anyways, they're in a cop car, and they're let's go shopping, and then they fucking hit the department store.
Yeah. And
at the department store, that's when they get into their little, you know, dun, 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 dun.
Dancing around their underwear and
Cyndi Lauper fucking just jamming that shit. You know what I mean? So they don't check anything out. They just take everything for granted that everybody's gone, even though she's already encountered a fucking zombie before. You know,
and they've encountered a living person on the first day.
So they don't search nothing. They don't lock any doors. You know, fuck that, right?
Valley girls. What do
Logic,
they care?
Yeah. They don't stick around each other. They don't keep their guns with them. Logic.
Yeah.
Are you missing something?
Yeah. But
a brain.
Yeah. But that's the funny part too, because this guy coming up, that guy that's the stock boy is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That dude, like, I mean, he put a performance of a lifetime on that shit. I don't know, girls. It's like he's got the fucking, his name is embroidered
Willie,
on
right?
his fucking, yeah, it's Willie.
Willie.
Oh. So I don't know what those dudes, the stock boys, were doing, working at night in the basement.
He was probably the assistant manager of like the store.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, I like how he cut.
No.
I like how he says something like, "Yesterday we were stock boys, and today we own the whole company." And he's got that really weird,
I'm so sorry.
really weird voice.
He was the overachieving assistant manager.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, he was the manager of the warehouse.
Yeah.
Because everybody's
Now
following
he's in
him.
charge.
Yeah. But you see the progression of how fast he changes, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the very first part, he's watching the cameras and he's talking to him, forgets something. She's like, shoes. Where's the gun? And she's like, ugh. And then they have to go in that fucking major battle, at
Where
the
she
shoe
throws
store.
shoes.
Yeah, she
Who throws a shoe.
Oh, by the way, those shoes were feathers.
Yeah, I know.
Like obviously made of foam because when they were hitting the guys, like if they were shoes with a good sole on it,
Yeah.
they'd hit and pretty like good. These were literally like,
Yeah.
and just like bounced off
They're
with
in
like.
the women's shoe department.
It
They're
doesn't
not going to have any
matter.
Doc Martens over there yet.
I mean, like heels, anything like that were going to be heavy, but these things that they were throwing were like literally like bouncing and almost floating down.
Yeah.
It was like not that bad, but
Yeah,
they were
the-
super light.
Yeah, and those guys are douchebags too. The ones that are shooting. That's one of the dudes that's that director guy.
That's the equivalent of
Dick
tapping
Rude.
them on the
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like,
They're
sir,
like,
can you
ow,
turn around,
ow,
sir?
Ow.
Because it wasn't even ow. It was just literally like,
Yeah, she poses as a mannequin.
What
and
was
then
that?
She's like, brrrr.
You knew that scene was coming too,
Yeah.
even the first time you watched it.
Yeah.
Because they kept showing flashes of the mannequins.
Yeah. So she actually interprets herself as a mannequin.
did you see how she reloaded?
No.
She just kind of slaps the bottom of the thing.
I gave her props for making a movie where she reloaded
Yeah, I
multiple
know.
times.
Yeah.
Right?
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They were kind of grounded a little bit in reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where does she have all the other clips at?
Oh, you don't want to know.
No,
It
it
was in a
said
prison
clips. Clip.
No, in her fanny pack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
They all
okay.
had fanny
Yeah.
packs.
Guys,
I was going to say, you said clip.
I didn't say prison wallet.
Clip.
as in Paul.
Yeah. Well, they get captured, of course, after their dance montage 80s style.
And they're like chained up.
Yeah, which is weird. And he goes through his little deal. But, there's a
Why
post-
can't you have a bondage scene in a movie? Come
Right,
on,
right,
that's
right.
what it's supposed to be.
And if you see those posters in the background, if you look at them, it looks like it's an Elvis Costello poster, but it's all about shoplifting.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks
Okay.
like Elvis Costello, and he's kind of leaning his glasses down, and the art, that style of the 80s, and it's something about, we'll see you if you steal. So the art director or whoever did the graphic design in that movie was like, put this poster in multiple places. It's fucking awesome.
Right.
Let's do it. So yeah, they're down there, and then those dudes get killed because the scientists have landed so far, and they're like, where would the girls be? And the smart one's like, chin on hand. Maybe
think
they're
I
at the shopping arcade. That's what he calls it too.
Yeah.
It's like a major shopping arcade. What the fuck? Where did this dude come from?
The script.
Yeah.
It came from the script.
Yeah, he's got very weird names for shit.
Tales of the script.
Well, then they go save him. They come out, and that's when Heck he ends up being back, right?
Yeah.
So Heck, he goes back to the radio station, but he's dressed as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He's driving
bringing in
that-
the presents.
Yeah, he's driving that 46 Ford or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Big ass
Absolutely.
Ford. Loving it. And he's running across the street and shit like that. And he goes in there, and then
It's Audrey.
there's Mary Warnoff.
Yeah.
And I think she improvised that, or she wrote her own dialogue on that part of it.
Okay.
I think she wrote almost all of her own dialogue in the deal because they've been alluding to her losing her mind. Like she spells memory, MEMERY. And she's like, and then you find out that, when she kind of tells him that they left the fucking shutters open.
Yeah. They
Of
left the
course.
exhaust open.
Yeah, they left the shutters open or the exhaust fans or some shit like that.
And the exhaust fan's on.
Yeah.
So circulating the air. through
Yeah, the whole
their
time
area.
on the inside. So they're all fucked. Right?
Stupid scientists.
Yeah, they weren't smart enough to hit one button. The fucking Larry got fucking fired that night.
She was depressed.
Yeah,
too. Ooh.
yeah. She's like, fucking Dave fucked us on this shit. Where is Dave? He's on fucking patrol now.
You think you have
Dumbass.
a rough life? What about a group of scientists that thought of everything except for the ducks?
But she does inject herself up because she injects homegirl up.
Right.
You think she kills her,
Right.
and she's like, oh yeah, it's just fine.
And so again, at this point, you're still thinking like she's a terrible person, but there's different things starting to happen. You know what I mean? But by the time we get to this point, this is where it all gets explained.
Yeah, heck, she's like, I wrote it all down. I'm sorry about the misspellings.
Yeah.
Whoops. And then they actually, she injects herself. She passes away. I'm telling you, Mary Warnock's a good actress.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
was a pretty good, convincing scene.
And she's is that the one having trouble remembering how to spell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah. And so she injected herself with whatever she was supposed to inject Kelly Maroney with, as we find out in the future for him. And so basically at this point, we're still they're up topside. They actually get moved. Homegirls at the mall still fucking with all the shit that they need because Warnoff killed the one dude, the thinking scientist.
Right.
Yeah.
And did we talk about her really going into
The bunker?
Yeah.
Oh no, not yet. I know.
Okay.
I think we missed it.
Yeah, we missed that intro.
Yeah. So back at the bunker. Yeah. They're in there, and that's whenever she's going.
Because she leaves in a helicopter leading her sister.
Yes.
Because her sister needs to be treated because she's already got whatever
They think she
red
does.
death or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna
But
take.
they've also talked about how they want to complete the test in the field, so that way they don't have to bring them back.
Well, that's on the scientist side, but that's what they tell the girls is like, we're gonna treat her here, and then she'll come along, basically.
Yeah. And they question her, and he's asking her stupid shit like, "Do you have diabetes?"
What does that have to do with
no.
anything? Oh my god!
But I thought I was pregnant once.
So where's 3 weeks of my life?
Yeah. And he's like, it's irrelevant to you, maybe.
Such value.
That's Jeffrey Lewis doing
Yeah,
that interview,
yeah.
which is awesome.
And he puts on his sunglasses so you can know that they're affected because now you know. So you get to see their degree and how long it's taken.
Absolutely.
So eventually I would think that science-wise, it would affect everybody in the world if the red dust stayed around.
Depends on if there's a genome that
Or something, yeah.
something.
Somehow that was affecting everything. So then you got the kids in the room, right? And they're about to and that's when she does the Santa Claus shit. It's like, as a matter of fact, you'll go to live with Santa Claus forever.
Yeah.
And home
Fucking
dude,
terrifying.
Yeah, home dude leans over, is like, "There's no such thing as Santa." Yeah, and they're like, "Shut up, you little shit."
Like no joke.
Yeah, I know, right?
Full on attack.
Yeah, but Reggie knocks the dude in the back of the head with the fucking badass keyboard.
Yeah.
The keyboard from 1984. Those motherfuckers are heavy.
Oh, you ain't lying, brother.
Yeah,
And there's a reason
Yeah.
that thing didn't break.
It's all.
you know?
That's how you tie it. It was fucking loud, man.
It was.
Yeah. I think I still
No.
I think my dad still has some of those.
Oh,
To
no
plug
way.
in with the weird IE
Yeah.
cable
Oh,
or
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit, you know?
Sometimes curly.
It's before mice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was way before mice. Yeah, she knocks the shit out of that dude because she knocks over something. He's like, "That's not the way. I know you're upset, but destroying property is not nice." It's like, psych.
I will say this. Her father must be a pretty good soldier because he's like giving them tactics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that tactical mindset.
Oh, yeah.
Like she destroys all that so that he goes and walks over there so that she can hit him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
solid.
She was taught
She was
right.
smart.
She does mention that too, how her dad wanted boys going to follow in his footsteps, but he had two girls. So
And once he realized we weren't going to whatever.
yeah, he kind of took off.
Ranger school, I think.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to Ranger school. So we find out that they're basically trying to, because those two nurses, the two arbitrary nurses, you know, they were talking about getting blood from everybody, like
Right.
a certain amount of blood.
Yeah, and they're like, if we do that,
Yeah, these are little kids, but that
300
teenager, yeah,
300
CCs.
yeah,
CCs,
yeah,
yeah.
she's like, that doesn't seem right. We won't get that out of those kids. And then also she's like, did you see her hair? What I wouldn't give for hair like that.
Well, they were saying that 300 cc's, she was like, wouldn't that kill him? Because you can't take that much. And she's like, well, since we shut off all the brain activity,
Yeah.
they're pretty much just zombie, like
They're
body
blood
corpse.
factories. Yeah.
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 It shouldn't be a problem. Now to the kids.
Yeah.
And then you're
Let's
like,
go
what the
get 'em.
fuck?
Yeah. It's kind of
Her
weird.
hair was great.
Yeah. And then who is it? At this point too, that's when we find out that she gets away, doesn't she? She escapes.
She
'cause
escapes, yes.
hits with the keyboard. She's running through the place, and that's whenever she notices they're in that room. So she stops them from getting the kids, and she locks them up because it's laughing gas, right? Or some shit like that. And then that's when Heck and her sister are coming because they know where they're at now.
Right.
You know, so Heck pulls up and he sees the guard and he's like, hey, you like girls? He's got a Coors too, you know what I mean?
Playing
he's
it
like pulling
good
up.
and thick.
Yeah, I know, right? He's like,